Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? This is Good Gaijin Greg, and I'm back with another video. Sorry it's taken so long. And unfortunately, this one's going to be a bit different from my normal either cooking or showing off Japan kind of videos. So it's first thing in the morning. It's like 6:50 in the morning. I'm getting ready for work, and I go on YouTube and I see a video called I'm looking at it right now. More game devs roasted over Elden Ring tweets. And it's by a guy named Zeostorm. And I watched the video. I saw what this one game developer tweeted out. And I've been seeing it a lot since Elden Ring has come out. And I've been feeling a certain kind of way about it. Seeing these devs kind of like bashing FromSoft and the work that they put into Elden Ring. And I myself have the game. I am about to, I'm right at the last boss for the second time. Clearly, I enjoy the game. I've put in well over 120, well, probably 200 hours at this point because I have multiple characters. So yeah, maybe about 200 hours into the game. It's safe to say I like it. But I'm not necessarily, I'm not a FromSoft fanboy. I've played Demon Souls. I didn't get past the tutorial. No, I didn't get past the bridge with the dragon. Anyone who's played Demon Souls know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I didn't get past that first roadblock, that first wall. I played Dark Souls a little bit. I don't even remember how far I got. I played a little bit of Dark Souls 2. I didn't play Dark Souls 3. I have Bloodborne. And I got a decent length into that. And then I just stopped playing it. I think I played something else came out and I just started playing that. But the only other FromSoft game I have actually completed is Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And that is probably the least, FromSoft game that they've made. It's out of the, high fantasy, dragons and sorcery kind of thing. And it's more into it's basically Tenchu. It's basically a spiritual successor to the Tenchu series, which is a ninja game. Japan, fighting ninjas and samurai and oni and things like that. So that was right up my alley. So yeah, I enjoyed the Tenchu series. I loved Tenchu Z, just because you can make your own ninja, and that's just you got me there. But yeah, so out of all their games, the only one I played is the biggest departure that they've had. So yeah, I'm not a FromSoft fanboy or apologist or anything. But I'm seeing these devs go online for Elden Ring, and it's really, really crazy to see people in the same business going out of their way to bash the success of another company and another team of devs. Because, I don't know these devs that are saying this stuff, but I can only assume, given, what they're saying and how they're saying it, that it's just plain jealousy. They're hating, basically. That here comes a studio and they put out a game and it's so popular. It's this huge, this is their highest selling game by far, and 9.9998 chance it's going to be game of the year, unless Breath of the Wild comes out and it just blows everybody's mind. Breath of the Wild 2, I'm sorry, comes out and it blows everyone's mind, and it just wipes everyone's thoughts of Elden Ring from their mind. it's probably going to be Elden Ring as Game of the Year when the awards start coming out. Like, I haven't stopped playing it since it came out, and I have other games that I bought alongside it, like Dying Light 2 and Sifu. Both games I love, fantastic games. But Elden Ring just came in and was like, no, you don't own any other games. You're done with those now. It's us, you and me. We're together now. But, you know, it's so weird to see them hate on this game just because it's doing something different. You know, they're criticize the UI. They criticize the graphics in the game. They criticize the user experience. All these things, and anyone who's actually playing the game and like trying to get through it, they just flat out don't agree. Like, the game's not perfect. It has some issues, you know. It had, you know, a big problem with its PC version where the frame rate would just plummet. It would just bomb. And it was basically just chugging along. And then, like, you know, the camera is a big pain in the butt. You'll be, you know, back rolling, you'll back roll into a corner and the camera's just like, you don't need to see me. So, yeah, like the camera could use some work. Yeah, sure, the game doesn't use the, you know, the top of the line engine that's running, you know, it's not running on Unreal 250, but the art style that they chose and the way that they use it is so phenomenal, it doesn't matter. The game has such a unique style to it, and the way that they show everything and the vistas and everything like that, gorgeous. The game is gorgeous. And you can't tell, you're like, oh, it's a little muddy right there, that texture. It's a little bit muddy. Don't like it. 0 out of 10. Come on, man. You're splitting hairs. Get out of here. The game is gorgeous. You can't open up those doors at the start of the game, look out upon the world, and then be like, looks like crap. Don't like it. Going back in. No, the game is gorgeous. And, you know, they talk about the user experience a lot. They say stuff like, oh, the game doesn't tell you to do stuff. The game, you know, this needs, you know, the tutorial, you can miss the tutorial. Well, they just patched that. You know, they heard everyone's very sad complaints about missing the tutorial. Even though there's a big glowing guy there that says, hey, you see this hole? You should probably go in this hole. There's some stuff, there's some knowledge down this hole. But they just walk past the glowing guy and the hole. But, all right, I'll give you that. The first time I started up the game to try out my first character, I just kept going. Fine, okay. I started up a new character, was like, all right, let me go down the hole. Oh, it's a tutorial. But I'm also seeing people that, you know, after you open the doors, there's an NPC standing there and they're like, oh, I attacked him and he killed me and I don't understand. Why didn't the game tell me that he was, you know, somebody that I shouldn't try to kill? He's standing there with his hands like this and he facing me so he sees me, and he doesn't run at me and try to kill me like the other guys if I go down the tutorial, and he doesn't have a weapon on him, and when I walk up to him it says talk, but I hit him and he hit me back and I died, and I hit him 3 times because if you hit him the first time he doesn't attack, and if you hit him the second time he doesn't attack, but I hit him 3 times and he said, man, and I died. Why didn't the game tell me not to kill him? Like, what? There's a guy standing there and he's clearly not being aggroed by you when you walk up to, as you walk up to him. And your first instinct is, I'm gonna hit this guy. And then you're mad that he hit you back. What? All right. And then another thing that these devs are complaining about is, you know, there's the NPC guy that you're not supposed to hit, that people are hitting for some reason. And then you can see it, like just down the hill, there's this big screw-off guy on a horse, clad in armor, with a big shield and a big halberd, and he's just, you know, doing the rounds. And they're like, I'm gonna go fight that guy. This guy that's like 10 times my size. The game didn't tell me I couldn't beat this guy. Why can't I beat him? He's the first guy I see. Yeah, but look at him. It's clear you shouldn't be able to take this guy. Come on. Are you serious right now? And then, okay, you go fight him. Does nothing. You're done. Go back. So, you're gonna keep running at him? And like the dev that I saw make these tweets on Zeostorm's video, they're like, you know, there's no reason, if you go through the tutorial, it's just like the boss that you fight in the tutorial. No, it isn't. In the tutorial, you're in a cave. The exits become closed off. You are locked into this fight. So, no, it's not the same. You fight the guy on the big horse, huge open plain. You can go anywhere. And you're like, this is where I want to go. I want to go right where this big guy on the horse is. And you're saying it's the same? It's not the same. In one, you're fighting one guy in a small cave with no exits. Yes, you're supposed to fight that guy to exit. That is a very common thing in most action games. You know, Devil May Cry, you know, pretty much had that whole, whoa, now the exits are blocked kind of thing. You know, and that kind of like started that whole blocking off the entrance and exit so that you basically setting up a fight arena. And, you know, we've had this for years. And now all of a sudden people are confused by it just because FromSoft did it? Okay. So yeah, it's not the same. In one area, you're in an arena, clearly. There's no exits and you're meant to fight this person. In the next, you're in a big open space. You can just go around him. You fight him the first time, he cleans your clock, you do no damage to him. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna go around him. There's nothing keeping you fighting that guy. That's the point of that guy. That guy is there to tell you, hey, maybe don't try to fight everything you see. It might be too strong for you. This is a big open world and you can go do other stuff. So that is a non-complaint. That isn't a non-complaint. The game is literally telling you how to play it. And you're mad because it's not telling you how to play it. This is that whole, you know, show don't tell. Too many games now are telling. You walk into an area and, you know, all the menus pop up and it tells you everywhere to go and everything, and you gotta keep clicking X to get out of, blah, okay, blah, okay, blah, okay, blah, okay. Information dump after information dump about how the game, and you walk like this and you talk like this and that's an NPC and you don't hit NPCs, and there's a guy and if you see him and he looks big, maybe you don't hit him. No. You don't need that. Like, the whole time I'm watching the video, and Zeostorm's, you know, the video's great. He did a really good job, and I'll put a link in the description for it if you want to check that out. But as I'm watching the video, it takes me back to Egoraptor's Sequelitis series, and like these devs just want, you know, that Mega Man, you don't go down there to fight that guy because he's too strong. Go find something else to do. You know, and you know that's really all I think of when I hear these devs complaining about how FromSoft is doing their games. And it's just FromSoft. There are all these game companies in the world, all these big AAA companies, all these indie devs and stuff like that. And for some reason, they are focused on changing FromSoft's formula. The formula, by the way, that made them famous in the first place. Like, so I forget the name of the director. I'll do a whole thing there, but he was asked to make basically an Elden Ring, an Elder Scrolls, what was it, Skyrim clone, basically. And it was just going to be like a generic fantasy game for PlayStation. That's what the original Dark Souls was initially going to be. It was just, you know, a first-person Elder Scrolls clone. They got Skyrim and it's doing good. We need a Skyrim 2. Copy paste, make the game, and everyone knows that the best way to succeed is to copy others. And he was like, you know, no, I don't want to do that. I want to make something different. Games today are kind of hand-holdy, and I miss kind of how games used to be. And, you know, so he secretly, and with the luck of all the luck in the world, he didn't get fired for basically going, yeah, we're going to make it. We're not going to make that. We're going to make what I want to make. And it failed. It initially failed. He made the game he wanted to make, and it didn't do well. Like when people played it at E3 and tested it and everything, they were like, the game's too hard, I don't like it. But it actually got a cult following after it came out. Like it first came out and it didn't do well because it only came out in Japan, and then it came over to the West and people started picking up on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is all right. I kind of like this. This is kind of like how games used to be. You know, it used to be they just drop you in a game and just tell you to beat it. They don't, all right, press the right stick in and it'll give you a nice little line to tell you exactly where to go, and oh, here's a mission, here's where you need to go, and this is what you get for the mission if you complete it, and you know, the person's over there, and here are exactly where you need to go to give them what they need. And no, the game's just like, oh, that person said something to you, maybe it's a mission, maybe, I don't know, talk to him a few more times, see if, you know, he tells you some stuff. Keep your eye out. Maybe you'll find some stuff around. It's almost like they want you to go on an adventure in this adventure game. Strange. And I feel like too many devs nowadays, they miss that, you know? They're so focused on making wide appeal games that they forgot that, you know, these people buying their games have brains and are intelligent. You know, that if you give them time, they might be able to figure out the puzzle. That they might be, they don't need, you know, your character to, you know, constantly say, oh, well, those blocks are red and I have a gun that, you know, turns things blue. Maybe I can turn those red blocks blue and then I can use them. Oh, those blocks are red. I have something that turns things blue. Over and over and over and over again. You know, you've been in a room for 5 seconds and the game automatically is like, do you need a hint? Hey, I know the answer. You need a hint? You need a hint? You need a hint? No, I don't need a hint. I just walked into the room. Let me take in what I'm supposed to do first before you ask me if I need a hint. And devs just, I feel like they see that they're following that guideline, that tell, don't show guideline, but FromSoft Success kind of just came in and was like, well, maybe you don't need to do that, and they're having like an identity crisis. Basically, it's 20 minutes now. I don't want to rant on too long, but for me, it's like living in a town with nothing but McDonald's. And one person opens up a sushi shop. And they're getting good business. They're getting good business. People are like, oh, wow, all these McDonald's around us are fine, but I've never had sushi, or I've had sushi before and I've missed the taste. I miss the uniqueness of it. I miss the challenge of trying new foods and, tasting wasabi and seeing how much I can take and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go to that sushi place over there. And all the McDonald's, business owners and, fry cooks or whatever are like, I don't like it. They need to serve burgers and fries. They need a drive-through. They need to make it easier for customers to not have to sit in there. They're doing too much. They're not doing enough. It's just rice and fish, and I don't like it. And they need to update their menu items and have milkshakes and things like that. And they need a drive-through so people. What if people don't have time to stop and have sushi? What if they don't have time to sit down and have a sushi dinner and enjoy the ambiance and all that? What if they just want sushi and they need to get it and go? They need a drive-through so people can just grab sushi and go for their convenience. Not everything is about being convenient. Sometimes you're there for an experience. Sometimes it's not the destination, it's the journey. If you don't have time to play the game, then you don't have time to play the game. Not everything is made for you. And I know how that sounds. It sounds like I'm, setting up my walls and I'm blocking no fun allowed. No, I'm bringing reality to you. If you don't like fish and rice, don't eat at the sushi restaurant. Don't expect the sushi restaurant to change their menu items for you. That's selfish. That's so selfish to ask someone else to change what they're doing to fit you when you have the options. You're the one with the options, not them. If they have an idea of what they want to make and what they want to do, then that's the options that they work in. You have the option to change what you want. You have all of this. And there are other sushi restaurants out there that have drive-through or pickup or delivery. So no, you might not be able to get that particular sushi restaurant sushi if you don't have the time. But there's other stuff out there. I promise you. And what they said is everyone who paid should be allowed to enjoy a game that interests them, not get violently owned and then told they stuck by the community. I don't care about the community stuff. That's individual people. That the FromSoft doesn't have control over the community. That's people being people, basically. Some people are going to be great, some people are going to be crappy. Not up to them. But people who paid is a problem. Because yes, if you bought something, you should get what you paid for. But it's up to you to decide what you pay for. It shouldn't be I'm just gonna buy anything that I find interesting and it needs to meet my expectations no matter what. No, that's not how the world works. If you just buy things willy-nilly because it's on TV and people are talking about it and you don't do any research, you're going to be disappointed at some point. You're not owed, things working your way just because you paid for it if you didn't do the research beforehand. Just because you're scared of missing out, and FromSoft games, every time a FromSoft game comes out, it takes over basically the internet. All the memes come out, all the jokes, all the video tutorials and the lore and the builds and all that stuff takes over the internet for gaming and everything. But, you know, you want to be a part of that. That's great. That's great. You want to be a part of it. But know that that's why you want to play it. You're not interested in the game. You're not interested in, you know, really delving into the lore and experiencing the whole, you know, what FromSoft has created and this world and everything. Because if you did, you would just do it. You wouldn't be complaining about it. You would, because they've been doing this since 2009. This isn't, you know, this isn't FromSoft's first game. They just came out with Elden Ring and that's it. And, you know, they have a back catalog of games. They're known for their difficulty and the obscurity of the lore and the content. It's an adventure game, like true adventure. Like if you've ever played point and click adventure, I know you haven't, because most gamers nowadays haven't. But, you know, adventure games, tabletop role playing, that's what those were. You know, that's what this game is. It's that. Yeah, you know, just because you paid for something doesn't mean you're owed it living up to your expectations if you haven't read up on it first. FromSoft has, Dark Souls came out in 2009. So from 2009 to 2022, they have been making this particular kind of game. Every single game. They didn't, you know, trail off and make, you know, a fun Mario type of adventure game or like a kiddie, you know, happy game and, you know, a driving game and this. No, they've been making, they went from Dark Souls to Demon Souls, to Demon Souls 2, Demon Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and now this, Elden Ring. So at this point, you should know what you're getting. And people are mad because you're getting what you paid for. You paid for that. Given what FromSoft has made, you paid for that game and you got exactly what you thought you were going to get. The problem is you thought you were better than what you were or something. Or you think that if enough of you complain, they're going to just, you know, change the way that they make games, even though people have been complaining about their games needing an easy mode or this, that, and the lore is too obscure. And if I don't want to read, you know, all the item descriptions, then I shouldn't have to read it and you should just have cutscenes that tell me everything. Well, that's not the game they want to make. That's not the game they want to make. They are one studio doing this. And you're mad at that one studio for not being like every other studio. Which is just mind-boggling to me. That one studio can't be different. Just the one. Just the one. They're not changing every other company. And every other company that does try to do the FromSoft, you know, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, you know, formula of, oh, you die and you lose your stuff. They make theirs easier. They make theirs easier. So, you know, and they put in stuff to make it so, you know, some of them have easy modes and stuff like that. So they don't go full in on it. So that's more up your alley. But you're so stuck on trying to be part of the, you know, cool kids. But I mean, come on, it's freaking, it's not. But you know, you want to be a part of it, but you don't want to do the work to be a part of it. I don't know, man. I'm running out of steam here, so and I gotta finish getting ready for work. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Stop complaining, especially if you're a dev. If you're a dev, be happy for them. Be happy that they're succeeding. This isn't, you know, a massive AAA studio like an EA or an Activision. This is FromSoft. Up till this point, they've been more or less an indie dev. Like they're smaller. They're at this point they're pretty AAA, maybe AA. I don't know, 2 A's and a half, 2 uppercase A's and a lowercase A. But You know, they're just their own studio doing their own thing. And you should be proud of them for that. They have a vision and they're sticking to it. You know, people are saying, oh, they need to change the way that they do it. They could make more money. Their investors would be happy. When did that become a quality that we wanted it from a company? You know, abandon your core audience to make your investors happy. That's what people are saying. You know, water down what you make and make it for a wider range of audience, even though the thing that you're watering down is the thing that makes you popular in the first place. You know, take away the thing that makes you unique, become watered down, and surely you'll do better, even though you're doing pretty damn good now. Yeah, solid advice. But yeah, so that's it. I'm done. I got it out of my system. I had to vent. Sorry. Next video should be a bit more, I guess, flowery, more happy, brighter. Little hint. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.